Okay, here we go, section 4.5, solving percent problems using proportions. Okay, we're going to have a little percent equation here called solve the problems using the percent proportion of P over 100 equals A over B. P being the part of the percent, as you can see right here. Okay, because remember it's always over 100. Then we have a base, the number that we're finding the percent of, and the amount. Okay, basically whenever it says something like what is the percent of, this is the part we're looking for right here. So depends on what we're going to be solving for, is depending on how we're going to do this. So let's continue on, take a look. Okay, to find the amount given the base and the percent, what is the percent of B? Okay, what is 65% of 500? Well, notice here they give us 65%. Well, 65% as a fraction is 65 over 100. Well, that's equal to A. Well, we don't know what A is yet, but we know we want to find it. What is the percent of this 500? Okay, well, let's kind of keep going on here and take a look at it. What would define the base, percent of A? Well, continuing on, you can look at this one. Okay, what is percent of A? Okay, well, notice here they're giving us the percent, but we need to find B. Okay, so either way, we want to just make sure to put it into the proportion on however they have it. Okay, or we might even find type 3. Okay, to find the percent of the given base, okay, maybe we need to find this. Okay, what is percent of B of A? Well, what percent of 170 is 204? So we're going to have 3 different types of problems here. We're going to have this one, or this one. Okay, and we're just going to have to decide on what are they trying to ask us to solve. Okay, so note that the operations in the examples can be performed with a calculator or by hand. In either case, the equations should be written so that the equal signs are aligned one under the other. Also, writing the equations and calculator values will help you remember whether you are multiplying or dividing. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's do our first one here. Okay, what is 65% of 500? So here we have the P equals 65%, so let's write it down. This looks like our type 1. Okay, so we have 65% over 100. Okay, and that's going to equal, well, the B here is the 500. So we don't know A, but remember from doing our proportions, we can multiply this out. Okay, so we're going to get 100A equals, well, 500 times 65 is going to equal, 65 times 500 is going to give me 32,500. Okay, well now, remember, just like in our proportions, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're going to divide off this 100 off both sides, and let's put 32,500, okay, divided by 100, which we should know we can just go and remove the 2 zeros. Okay, so notice these are reduced out, those are reduced out, and so A is going to equal 325. So what is 65% of 500? Well, it's 325. Okay, so in class I'll show you a different way to do this a little bit, so kind of help out a little bit, but for now we'll just kind of do it this way. Okay, 57% of blank is 51.3. So notice they're still giving us the percent, so they're giving us the P, so we can put the 57 down over the 100 equals, well, notice now they're giving me the 51.3. Okay, well, here's the 51.3, but we do not know the B. Okay, so once again, we can come in here and go ahead and cross multiply, and notice I'm going to get 57B, okay, is equal to, well, remember we're multiplying by 100, we can just go ahead and move that decimal over 2 places, so I've got 5,130. Well, once again, I will divide off the 57. Oops. And using my calculator, I got 5130 divided by 57, and I get where B is equal to 90. So we know that 57% of 90 is 51.3. So that would be our B. And you can always go back and double check yourself. Okay, let's do another one. What percent of 170 is 204. Okay, well, let's take a look here. We've got the B and we've got the A, but what we do not have is we do not have the P. We don't know the percent. Okay, so notice, let's just kind of come in here and let's just come in here and write everything. We don't have a P, but we have this 100, and it equals, well, my A is going to be 204, and my B is 170. Okay, so what we can do is we literally right here, to find this P, you can go ahead and cross multiply if you like. So if we do that, we're going to get 170 P, and then we're going to get 2004, then add 2 zeros, so we get 20,400. Divide off the 170, just like we did when we were doing the proportions. Okay, pop that in the calculator. We got 20,400 divided by 170, and you get 120. So you get 120%. Okay, 120% of 170 is 204. So you'll notice throughout all of these, all I've done the whole time is just go ahead and just use my calculator. Now, another thing you could have done with this one is if you had noticed, if you had divided this 204, okay, let's do this right here. If I got 204 and I divide that by 170, I get 1.2, which we know whenever I multiply that by 100, well, once again, I get the 120%. And that's what I was talking about earlier, whether you needed to divide or multiply. So this one you could have divided and gone straight that way, or just stick with the cross multiplying if that helps you out. So many food product labels now list total calories and number of calories from fat. Dietary experts believe that a healthy diet has at most 30% of its calories derived from fat. Following this guideline, if an adult consumes 2,500 calories per day, at most, how many calories should be from fat? So we could do this deal like this. We have 30%. Okay, we know that's going to be over 100. Well, we want to know how many calories consumed per day. Well, we want to know what's 30% of 2,500. So we come here, we put our 2,500 down, but we don't know, and I'll use C for calories. We don't know that right now. So we can put 100 C because I'm cross multiplying. And then I've got 30 times 2,500, so 2,500 times 30, and I get 75,000. Okay, divide off by 100 off both sides. Okay, let's cancel 2 zeros there, 2 zeros there, and so at most my calories from fat should only be 700 calories. And definitely I usually do pretty good on that, but there is a Ben & Jerry's ice cream that I will blow this out of the water at least once or twice a week. So, but that's how you could figure that out.